Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Revice. This is the combined form of Revi and Vice to create Revice, or Revi is what I'll call him, because intent of words, you know what the hell I meant. But yeah, either way, let's get into it. This is their combined form. After getting Jack Revice and then jumping into this form with the Thunder Gale Vistamp. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I did not review Kamen Rider for a while because I was not feeling well. But more importantly, it's a little bit, actually, it's not a little bit. Let's be honest. It's really, really disheartening when you put a lot of work into all your videos. And the thing that you'd enjoy the most is the thing that people watch the least. So I became a little discouraged from doing writer stuff. So I took some time off to kind of sit down and just really enjoy my stuff privately. But I've noticed that people have been waiting for writer reviews. So I'm trying to get back into a mood where I can do that for you guys, because honestly, it was very disheartening to watch the stuff that I did really fantastic photos of to just, be mostly ignored. And I get it because people aren't into Kamen Rider. So I totally understand it. So I took a break, enjoyed it privately. But here we are back with Revice. So let's get into it. Let's talk about our look and our articulation. Now I gotta say, it's really cool to me that this form kind of combines these wacky, crazy colors, but the way they henshin is so good, and I mean it. It's so good. It makes me want to enjoy this figure even more. If it wasn't against anything copywritten wise, I would totally like add the henshin forms at the end of the video, but Toei might flag me for it. So it's crazy, but we have a lot of pointy parts here, so I advise you do not drop this guy. He's pretty sturdy, but because of all the pointy parts, all it takes is one drop on the wrong form. Right. So as far as head articulation goes, we can look up this far even with our pointy parts. We can actually look down because they gave room in the collar for looking down, and I really enjoy that. We have the classic SHF dropout armor on the shoulders. Oop, I did a little too much there. That's on me. So let's pop that back in. There we go. And then if you lift our arm up, we can get about, because of our armor distraction, we can't go really far out, which is a little bit of a bummer. Now, if we actually rotate our armor slightly differently, we can actually get a little bit more room. Actually, we can actually get all the way up. So that's the difference between sliding your armor one way and not moving it at all. This is as far as you get when you don't move it. And when you rotate the armor out, you can actually get much further into the T-pose. As far as our ab crunch and articulation, we can shift side to side, we can move backwards, and we can shift forward even with our belt in the way. We can actually do our belt gimmick, as you can see here. So the belt gimmick is warranted and used in the driver as well. We have our drop down hips. This will allow you to move past the 90 degrees. You will get thigh swivel, and there will be no real paint rub or damage unless you press against the figure. We have a beautiful double joint. And what I like about Revice the most is that it makes use of the ankle system and not cutting corners that they did on Revice. On Revi, because he had some ankle issues. Now, as far as I also meant to mention, we still have a double joint there, but for some reason it stops at 90 degrees on the arm, and I feel like that is because the armor padding is in the way. But if you press it inward, you actually get a better acute angle of articulation. There we go. Now, as far as how we can move, I really like the fact that, like always, depending on how you want to move your Kamen Rider, as you can see here, we can still get really good poses out of him. This is just me wacky posing, but as you can see, we can press for moving very quickly, because that's one of the maneuvers that Thunder Gale can do. It actually moves very fast. As far as punching, we have a solid look at it. As far as movement and just looking good, we actually have a really nice set of joints that will allow excellent movement. Let me actually rotate this back around. I want them to look as good as possible. So yeah, I'm really here for it. And again, I love these absolute wacky colors. I love the look of this. The Vistamp of Thunder Gale is on the chest. We have the black from Jack Revice, the overlays of Thunder Gale. I really like the combination colors of these. I just love stuff like this. It really does make me happy that we get like mid-seasons form like this. I really wish though I didn't have to buy Jack Revice to get the Vistamp roller, but I understand why it came with it. But with all that being said, we are going to jump into accessories, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So now we're going to continue on to the accessories. This is where it gets fun. He is light on accessories, but if you've bought every other Revice figure, you'll actually be able to use all of that stuff beforehand. So we will get we'll get the Brachio Vistamp, which is so tiny right now. There we go. The Brachio Vistamp. We can actually put that in any one of the slot holders or into the belt as you seem fit. You'll get your rocker hands for when Vice is in control, but they have to do things in unison to move. So that's pretty cool. You have your rocker hands. Excuse me. As you can see, we have our more open, relaxed hands, but here we are with our closed fist. There we go. Ooh, yeah, nice. You will get some open action hands, and I actually like these open action hands because they seem like they're ready for more and war. You'll get 2 sets of gripping hands, and one is going to be a normal gripping hand for stuff like swords, and I'll show you that right now. So let's say you have the combined sword that comes with Jean, Kamen Rider Jean to be exact, or Jean. Here we are. And then you'll also get a set of the trigger ones in case you want to turn it into the shooting style weapon. So you get the trigger ones as well. And that's all you'll get in terms of accessory. But I do want to point out, though, is that if you have this item, which is Jack Revice. So if you have Jack Revice, which I should do a review on him as well, but it's pretty much the same thing, just in all black. The paint roller can also be used with Revice in case you wish to do well. And I'll show you right now if you have the hands for it. I'm actually going to take the weapon off the previous hand, put it on this guy. So you can see that he can actually carry the roller as well with no problem. So when you do welding or melee punching or setting up paint style like shots, it's all there and ready for you. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the size comparisons. I'll see you guys in a sec. Now we're on to the size comparison. First thing, let's compare it to, obviously, other SHF riders. So within the same series, let's talk about Kamen Rider Evil and Kamen Rider Jean. So here we are with Evil, and I'm waiting for live, so hopefully I'll have live in Aguilera soon. And then here we are with Jean, whose Vistamp just fell, but I'm not going to grab that just yet. So size-wise, I think they square up pretty nicely. I don't think she's too small. Like that Evil's slightly bigger, even though it's mostly just this up here. But they meet at a very nice range. So comparison-wise, I like that the 3 Igarashis are together finally. I'm really hoping we get more of the upgrade forms as well, because they continue to upgrade throughout the series, and I kind of like that. Nobody was really left behind. For bonus, here is Jack Revice, which is the base for Revice. Just a color different. This is our Berserk form. This is our We've Mastered It form, in case you want to go by tropes in the show. And I really like the matte over the gray black over here. Maybe I will review it. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. But just in case you're wondering, here we are next to Shinkocho Seiho Titan Form Kuga. In case you want to know what it looks like next to a Shinkocho Seiho. And like I was saying before, a lot of the newer SHF are slightly bigger. It's just not a whole lot, but just big enough that they do show a difference in size. Now, especially when you get to stuff like Lightning Collection and other Hasbro stuff, they don't seem as tiny as before. So here we are with a Time Force Blue. And like I said, they don't seem as tiny as before. And then I'm going to put back Kuga so you can see. So Kuga looks a little bit smaller, but Time Force Blue actually works out a little bit better in terms of size with them. And that's pretty nice. Next up, here we are with a Marvel Legends Scroll. I feel like with me getting back into Rider, I should get back to beating up on scrolls the way I used to way back in like what, 2010? 2010, 2009, when I was like sitting at a desk doing a bunch of scrolls getting beat up by Kamen Riders. So I feel like it's time for a rebirth of that. Here we are with a Valaverse rollout with a Heavy Gear Steel Brigade set. I really like the color scheme on that, so I decided to keep them like that. Last but not least, here we are with a Mythic Legions, in case you wanted to do some heavy duty big guys and do some crazy larger stuff against it. So now you can know what you're getting into. But yeah, overall, I'm back to doing more Kamen Rider stuff, and I'm very happy to be here. Like I said, it was a little discouraging, but it felt good to get back into this. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys will enjoy the photos that come in at the end. So as always, guys, thank you for watching, big or small. I learned my lesson with that, and just appreciate the people who are going to watch this stuff. But I do appreciate you guys, for real. Discouraged or not, I'm back, right? And that's what matters. So hopefully, if you ever get like that or feel like that, you use this as an example and go, hey, you can always bounce back from this. You can learn a lesson from this, and hopefully we'll all do better. So as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.